Hi guys, today I just wanted to explore the topic around freedoms and what ultimate freedom is when we are going on about our day-to-day activities. Because in a lot of circles, whether it's in social media or just in our environment in general, people talk about how their freedoms are being infringed on. So it could be freedom of speech, for example, in certain situations, whether on social media, you can't say certain things or you can't do certain things. So people will complain, where is the freedom of speech, or why are my freedoms being infringed? It could be in work situations whereby people have found themselves needing to have the vaccine in order to work. And then the question again comes, where is the freedom? Why are we not allowed to do anything that we would like to do at any given particular time? Now, when you talk about freedoms, for me, I think we can explore three areas where ultimate freedom happens. Because in situations whereby, for example, on social media, where you're restricted to what you can say, those platforms are not your platforms, and the owners of those platforms have got the right to determine the terms on who and why and how people can actually use those platforms. So in most cases, you don't have to actually control what you can do. So if we explore these three key areas where, for me, ultimate freedom lies. So the first is, when you actually never take anything personally, because anything that people say or do to you, it's a reflection of their perception of how they actually see the situation. So you can have one particular situation and two or three different people can actually perceive it very differently. So when someone or something happens to you, or someone is saying something to you, how they actually perceive any particular situation, whether they don't like your beard or they don't like how you look or your hair or whatever it is, you can find other people who actually perceive that particular thing in a different way. So when you don't take anything personal, for me, that is part of ultimate freedom. Because when you actually do or are in that situation, then nothing can actually hurt you. You are free, because it's never about you. It's all about the person who is in that situation and how they actually perceive it. So that's a first really good takeaway of ultimate freedom. Be in a situation when you actually never take anything personally. You see it for what it is. You see it as being a perception of that particular person. So it is actually all about them rather than yourself. So that is really a good place to be when it comes to actually understanding what ultimate freedom for you is, because you free yourself from all the negativity and anything that people can say, because it will never hurt you, because you never actually take it personally. So that is the first thing. Now, the second thing is don't spend your energy worrying about things that are outside of your control. This is really a big one, because a lot of things happen in our environment, whether, let's say, gas prices are going up and then you have to pay more and all those kind of things, or whether it's, climate change or energy and all those kind of things. There are things that you can say or maybe voice your opinion to actually encourage or take some initiative to encourage change. But in that particular moment, it's generally outside of your control. If you complain about electricity or gas prices, what can you do? Absolutely nothing, because they are going to go up anyway. But here is the thing. You cannot control the prices changing, but you can actually control what you do about it in terms of setting yourself, let's say, a business or something that will earn you money to actually be able to pay for that. That is in your control. But if you spend time, complaining, they say the four biggest negative energies out there: BCDJ: blaming, complaining, defending, and justifying. Those are just the wasted energy. You can use that energy to actually do the things that are in your control. So don't waste energy on things that are absolutely outside of your control, because it's just futile. You're not going to change anything. You're just going to lose time. You're just going to lose energy that will be more valuable for you if you use it on things that you can control. even in it could be in situations of relationships or whatever, you keep pushing, trying to get people to do or see things your way, but it's absolutely not in your control for them to actually do that, because they perceive things or they look at things in a different way to you, and they will drive their own agenda. And if you spend your energy and time complaining or worrying about it, it's not gonna serve you any purpose at all. It's just gonna waste the energy and time, valuable time and energy that you can use to do and concentrate on the things that you can control. Things like running your own business, improving efficiency in your business, adding value and being paid for it. Those are the things that you can drive, you can control, and that will give you that positive energy to drive change and pay in the situation. For example, in the example of the gas prices, will be able to generate yourself income that you can pay for those increases in prices. So there's absolutely wasted energy if you spend time complaining about things outside of your control. So that's the second thing. If you can learn to actually do that, to not worry about things that are not in your control, that is another form of ultimate freedom for you as well. Now, the third one is one of the big ones as well. You only have to go into and look at Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning. So in this, he talks about how they can kill his family, they can, maybe cut off whatever it is they need, but they can never actually imprison or take his mind and his thoughts and his perception, because that is absolute ultimate freedom for you. So being yourself with the courage to be disliked or the courage to be ridiculed for what you believe for, that is another form of ultimate freedom, because you are so in tune with your thoughts, you're so in tune with your mind, you're so in tune with your what you perceive and your imagination and the way that you see things, that no one can absolutely take that away from you. And if you can be in that situation whereby you are in that situation, no matter what anyone else thinks, no matter what anyone else thinks about the situation, whether they like it or not like it, or whether they even ridicule you or whether they dislike you, it's none of your business. That is a form of ultimate freedom, because no one can actually hurt you. So learn how to control your mind, control your thoughts, control the direction of the future, where you want to be, without actually fearing that people will actually dislike you or people will ridicule you. And that was the very main picture. When you if you read the Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, you will understand it's a fantastic book, how it actually tells you and shows you how you can actually use the power of your mind, use the power of your perception to drive your future, and how you actually see things, no matter what other people think, no matter whether they dislike you or not dislike you or ridicule you, but you can actually drive that change because you're so in tune with the things that you can control, and the mind that you will direct your perception and whatever that you're doing. That is, another big, really good form of actually ultimate freedom, because you're free from whatever anyone else thinks, whatever anyone perceives, and it's something that cannot be taken away from you. Whatever the government or anyone can do outside, they can take your resources, they can take your assets, they can take everything else, but they can never reach and take your mind and your thoughts and your perception. So if you can master that, control your mind, and don't be afraid of someone ridiculing you or disliking what you're thinking or what your thoughts are, that is another form of ultimate control. So those three key things are actually very important for you to understand. That first, never take anything personally, because it's not about you, it's about that person's perception. Second, don't waste your energy and worry about things that are outside of your control, because there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, but you can do things that are in your control to actually drive and effect that change for your own positive breakthrough and success in whatever field that you're doing. And the third one is that, being yourself with the courage to be disliked or ridiculed even, because you learn how to control your mind no matter what everyone thinks. So for me, those are the main 3 key areas that will actually drive your ultimate freedom, because if you master these 3 things, nothing can hurt you. You see everything for what it is. You have gratitude for everything, and you just send and emit love to whoever, whatever they are thinking and perceiving your perception and what you're doing, because you are essentially in control of your mind, you're in control of your actions, you're in control of everything that happens to you, and you cannot be hurt by whatever anyone sees in you, whatever they dislike, whatever view that they may have, because you just drive your agenda. You see everything in its beauty, in abundance of the universe that's out there. You send love and you emit absolute gratitude in everything. So I hope that was quite useful to share, and just to understand that those things will actually help you to actually drive your breakthrough and drive your success, because ultimately you'll be in a peaceful place whereby you're not worried or meeting or getting these negative energies consume you in the form of negative emotions like anger or complaining or blaming people or defending anything or justify things, because these are ultimate negative energies which you don't need when you're on a path to breaking through into success. So I hope you go out there, experience, learn, and grow. And until next lesson, cheerio.